But we're going to talk about this because it's deeper than just, oh, CM Punk is a new WWE champion. Where does this lead to with SummerSlam, Sami Zayn versus CM Punk? I really hope that does not happen. But this is the old-fashioned move that you as a booker, just old-fashioned bookers had to do when they weren't selling enough tickets, when not enough people were watching. Because yes, while merchandise is up, yes, while the stock of the company is up, yes, while they're getting all this money from, foreign sources and all these different companies, Saudi Arabia, one of the biggest contributors. Let's not be mistaken. This was a decision that Triple H had to make. Now, was I expecting CM Punk to return in this fashion as WWE Champion? No, not at all. I didn't even expect him to be a part of this match, except for coming in and interfering and helping out Cody Rhodes, and then later on turning on Cody Rhodes, and then leading to a SummerSlam match, which was rumored for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes all this time. But I did not expect this. I did not expect CM Punk to go into Monday Night Raw in Chicago and challenge Sami Zayn, let alone win the title. I said in my last video, I said Sami Zayn needs to be Jey Uso. Congratulations. They did better than that. Because I was not seeing Sami Zayn losing the title on my bingo card last night. I'm going to just be honest. They booked themselves into a corner. And Triple H had to hit the oldest trick in the book. It's not even a trick. The oldest play in the book. Give it back to the old reliable. And that's what CM Punk is. He's the old reliable. You think Triple H wants CM Punk to be his top guy? Wants it for a second time in the fiscal year?
What do you gain from that?
No. But what did you do? You booked all of this into a corner. You had Obafemi win King of the Ring when he didn't even need to win King of the Ring to even be in a title match, seeming that this guy beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, let alone retired him. Lesnar comes back out of retirement, beats Obafemi. Thus, for what does the WrestleMania match mean now? Absolutely fucking nothing. That's one. Two, having him win King of the Ring, taking himself out of the world title picture at SummerSlam just to face Brock Lesnar for a third time, and this time in Hell in a Cell. Here go your crumbs, fans. Here go your crumbs. Yeah, we fucked up, but hey, at least you're getting a Hell in a Cell match.
Alright, bro.
I was very critical of Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship, and I still am. You didn't need it. It was pointless. And look at where we're back to now. It's January 2026 once again. But here's another problem. You have CM Punk, who, yes, is a part of Monday Night Raw. Or at least was. Now that he's WWE Champion, who knows? But my biggest gripe with all of this is they're playing in our faces. And I hate using that phrase. I hate using that term because everybody uses it now. But they're literally playing in our faces. What do you mean by that, Corn? Well, where does the WWE Championship belong to? Certainly not on Monday Night Raw. That's where the World Heavyweight Championship resides. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, both a part of Friday Night SmackDown. Why are we even having a title defended on Monday Night Raw, let alone announced ahead of time so that people can tune in to Monday Night Raw for a champion that's not even on Monday Night Raw? So they're telling you that all this brand stuff and this person being traded, this person going over, it does not matter. You can show up on any show at any time. They've been doing it all along. So what is the fucking point? So that's my biggest gripe with this, is that you're not even abiding by your own fucking rules. And yes, oh, Vince McMahon did it, blah, blah. But at least Vince McMahon he's told some great stories and had a longevity of a career telling some really good stories. Now at that tail end, and when I say tail end, I'd say probably the last 10 years of his tenure, he got really bad with the storytelling. Really bad with the booking. But at the end of the day, man, he cared about the fans. At the end of the day, he still cared about the families when it came to these prices and everything else. And again, that's a whole nother issue. We're not even going to talk about that in this video. Maybe I may touch on it again because there's something that Jeff Jarrett said that I'm going to talk about later on in this video as well when it comes to this whole decision-making of Sami Zayn winning the world title. This was literally a Saudi Arabia play, man. Goes back to what I said about the money.
Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks.
Sami Zayn won that world title for Saudi Arabia, bro, and nothing more. That's what this whole reign tells me. That's what this whole 9-day reign tells me, is that this was a play for Saudi Arabia. Now let's get to another issue with this whole angle of CM Punk winning the WWE Undisputed Championship, because Sami Zayn, which I said before, was doomed from the start. That whole reign was doomed from the start because it shouldn't have happened to begin with. You got writers casting themselves to be on screen during Monday Night Raw to congratulate Sami Zayn. Like, if you're going to cast yourself to be on screen, first of all, have it be in a better role. Have it do something meaningful. Not us doing a little sympathy parade for Sami Zayn going into Monday Night Raw on a show that he's not even a part of. Or we can go back to 3 or 4 months ago when Korn was talking about Randy Orton having to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania because we knew that all the complaints that we were going to be getting about Cody Rhodes post-Mania. And then it leads back to a Monday Night Raw in July of Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn being plastered everywhere and promoted everywhere over the weekend on a show they don't even belong to. And we haven't seen Randy Orton since.
That's emotional trauma. I'm still suffering.
So you go through all this trouble of trying to find a manager, trying to find a mouthpiece for Randy Orton going into Mania for this angle with Cody Rhodes. And of all people, you come up with Pat McAfee, which everyone hated. We were all in unison of hating that decision. You nix that. He loses in the title match. He punt kicks Cody Rhodes, and we never see him again. So, here's my question, Triple H. Where are we going with this? The WWE Championship has been hung out to dry ever since Drew McIntyre lost that title on a random SmackDown to Cody Rhodes. And you want us to be excited for SummerSlam? Now, granted, again, CM Punk, the old reliable. This was a decision for CM Punk to garner more people excited for SummerSlam, to get more people into the SummerSlam. And hopefully he actually shows up on Friday nights and not Monday nights. But the fact that you dropped the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times with the WWE Championship ever since Elimination Chamber, yeah, fam, you got some big, big, big problems here, Triple H.
Don't you get tired of this shit?
Again, booking yourself into a corner. Booking your show, booking your talent, booking your stars, booking your upcoming stars into a corner. Obafemi doesn't want a title match. And I would love for Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to have this one last battle, this one last fight, this one last, and for the world title. I love it. Except it's bad timing, fam. And don't get me started on what you've done with LA Knight. What you've done with Jacob Fatu, who I don't even like. But I do, hey, I see game. Game recognized game. He's talented. I feel like he can be a world champion one day. And this is what you got him doing. Relegated him to the fucking bloodline. Oh my gosh, man. This is bad. This is bad. Again, CM Punk winning the WWE title is the best decision you could have made coming out of last night or going into last night. But man, CM Punk versus Sami Zayn for the WWE title at SummerSlam. That doesn't move me, fam. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes doesn't move me, fam. CM Punk versus Gunther again doesn't move me, fam. So yeah, you got some you got some work to do, Trips. You definitely got some work to do. And I know a lot of people are gonna bring this up. That I've been seeing more people bring this up than anything, which is CM Punk's a hypocrite. CM Punk, yes. Now they're gonna play that into a storyline, obviously. Like WWE's not stupid. They're gonna play this into a storyline. They're gonna mention the whole CM Punk being a hypocrite from 2012, 2013. That whole time, that whole era. And then, because remember, CM Punk, Phil Brooks, came out years later, this is the pre-AEW days, on a podcast even talking about this exact situation. I think at least a couple times, actually, he's talked about that situation. Like, he was legit pissed. He was legit like, yo, like, how is Dwayne Johnson really going to be a hypocrite? And then here we go. How is Dwayne Johnson, his old ass, going to come in here and say that he wants to elevate new talent? He wants to bring new eyes to WWE. This is way back when, by the way. Well, I won't say way back, but about 13 years ago. So CM Punk is saying all this on podcasts, and now here we are about 8-9 years later. Give or take. And he's doing the exact same thing. Now, that part, I don't want to harp on this part too much, only because they're going to play that into a storyline. So, I'm not legit mad about it. I'm just saying we gotta call it a bean. We got to call a spade a spade. You're doing exactly what you were complaining about 13, 14 years ago when The Rock did it to you. So, that's just another thing to think about. But there's a reason why I want to watch this. I want to talk about this Jeff Jarrett segment with Neon. It's simply because it's not Jeff Jarrett himself, but he's one of the more credible guys in the business, one of the biggest legends in the business, by far. Born into the business, literally. He's one of those guys. When he talks, you kind of do have to listen. But he's going to talk about how he thinks, this ain't my words, he thinks TKO may be setting up to sell. And that's not too far off of what I've been thinking all along. Because if you have a company that's not invested in wrestling, but invested in wrestling, it doesn't last long. And WWE's not going anywhere. But they may have new ownership. Maybe, I'm not saying TKO is going to sell at the end of the year. I'm not saying they're going to sell next year. But maybe in the next couple years, maybe in 3 or 4 years, you may be seeing something about Saudi Arabia buying WWE. We've seen a lot of crazy shit happen in this lifetime, especially since 2019. Wouldn't be surprised.
WWE.
And I've told Nick Khan this.
Face to face.
No,
on
text.
The phone. Text.
Nick Khan.
You that kind of
Not Tony Khan. Nick Khan, by the way. In case anybody.
relationship.
Well, I'm not going to say we talk about that, but the Netflix deal, like, you can't argue with stock reports. We can hypothetically this and that. They have printed money since the merger, so to me.
And what did I say about Netflix? What did I say about Netflix? What did they do? I told everybody that. I said, you can go back to my videos, my live streams that I was doing a couple years ago. Netflix, when WWE made that deal with Netflix for Raw, for Monday Night Raw, And everybody was saying, oh, they could do whatever they want because Netflix has all kinds of stuff on their streaming platform and all this adult content, so they can go back to the attitude of it was never going to happen. If anything, they were going to censor shit. What has Netflix done? And even right before Netflix took over Raw, or Raw went on to Netflix, however you want to put it. But even before Raw even debuted on Netflix, I told y'all what they did with that Tom Brady roast. They censored it. What did Monday Night Raw infamously do? I mean, what did Netflix infamously do to that cage match that Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins had last week, or at Night of Champions? They censored Braun Breaker's face because it had blood on it. Fam, I'm telling y'all not ready for this censorship BS, bro. I've been telling y'all it's coming, which is why I've been enjoying myself with the uncensorship stuff. But I'm telling y'all, bro, it's coming, and it's not gonna look good.
I'm the idiot if I start throwing stones and, hey, creative's this and this is that, and they went back to Vegas back-to-back years. And, okay, who said they were not going to make mistakes? The financials, creative's subjective.
And I don't know if y'all remember, that was a big deal last year when they announced that they were going back to Vegas for Mania instead of New Orleans. That was a huge deal for about a week. Don't let that fool you. Niggas cared about that shit, rightfully so. And yeah, they fucked. Like, what he's saying isn't wrong. Like, they fucked up. They're still fairly new to this. Maybe not in terms of owning companies, but owning a professional wrestling company, very new to this. But again, this is something that you shouldn't get into unless you actually care about the business, unless you actually care about the art of professional wrestling. And they don't. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the families. Obviously, we've seen that with the prices. They barely care about their talent. We've seen that with them lowballing offers with legends. But yeah, y'all want to bring in Enzo Amore and Big Cass again. Like, what? And again, I love those guys. But you dropped a New Day, you dropped the Wyatts, you drop AOP. You get rid of Karrion Kross. You lowball Karrion Kross as well. And they walk. But you want to bring back Enzo Amore and Big Cass because you did the inevitable. What us fans have been saying all along is that NXT is boring and you need to create big stars or bring big stars in and keep them down for a while. And bring NXT back up to relevance, because right now it's a complete shit show. Yeah, you got some acrobatic women or whatever, but it's a shit show. Let's just be real.
Stock is not. The one thing that I'm very curious about is that, going back to Tony answers to Tony. Vince used to answer to Vince. Even when he went public, he still controlled the stock. Ari doesn't really answer to Ari. Ari answers to Wall Street. How long, how sustainable is that going to be? And this
is coming from a guy that had to, and of course, yes, he did his damage with TNA as well, and turn on the business side and all the other stuff. But I'm pretty sure for a guy that's been involved with TNA through all that different management and ownership, including himself, his fam and all that, Dixie and all them, pretty sure he knows what he's talking about in terms of, okay, this isn't going to last long. They clearly aren't in it for the actual art of wrestling.
Probably they're a lot smarter than I am. They probably already got their exit strategy. I don't know that, but...
Bingo. Now, this isn't a theory or anything like that, but just based off of what he just said, based off of what the legend Jeff Jarrett just said, are we thinking that Triple H is just playing ball with TKO until they sell, until they actually go through with that exit strategy? And then we get the real Triple H back? We get the real Triple H standing up, and we can get LA Knight as a world champion finally, and it actually means something, not a pity reign like Sami Zayn. I don't know, but again, I don't want to theorize. I just want to say what I'm thinking, just from that little bit of not even info, but just from that little bit of guidance that we got from Jeff Jarrett.
You know, at the end of the day, it's hard to explain to Wall Street, hey, we need to invest in A, B, C, and D because of this, and this. And we need to have, like, you look at Tony Khan's roster, Forbidden Door. Unbelievable show. A lot of people even going into it.
All right, stop glazing AEW. We ain't doing all that.
I'm not sure, but I mean, it is a kick-ass show. Wall Street might not understand, hey, we've got to keep this talent, this talent, this talent, and this talent. Yeah, we're paying them, and we're paying them big money. And yeah, they're sitting on the bench. But boy, oh boy, when we call them off the bench, they're a brand name. They can deliver. They can do this. They can do that.
Samoa Joe is the best example of that. I will say to this day, WWE had made a horrible decision letting Samoa Joe go. Again, I don't know whose decision that was, who was the last line of defense on that one, but Samoa Joe is the biggest one to me, where I'm like, you do not let this guy go. And then look what he did in AEW. Dude's in Twisted Metal now acting. Like, bruh. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this part in particular, but I just wanted to bring this stuff up simply because look at where we're at right now. CM Punk, the WWE champion, and again, cool, good for him, but there's nothing after this. You're going to have to pull something out of your hat to get us excited because we're about, a month away from SummerSlam? 1 month. Better decision than Sami Zayn walking into SummerSlam as world champion, so I will give them credit on that. But how can I give you credit on something that you fucked up yourself? So you fucked up. Now we're back to square one. We're back in January 2026. Where are we going, Triple H? Lead us. I don't know, man. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Am I overreacting? Most likely, I probably am. I don't know. Hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn, and I am, for once, not as disappointed.